All right, let's go ahead and jump into the Bitcoin price action. It's going to be a shorter video today as I'm working on a lot of stuff. I'm actually leaving to go on a trip here soon, so there might be a few less videos for the next week or so, but I'll make sure to keep you guys updated when we do see volatility on the chart, as we are kind of seeing today, getting a little bit of a pullback here on Bitcoin after hitting right up against $100,000. Seems like they're really just trying to tease that level, not let that news headline pop up quite yet. In my opinion, when we do hit 100K and we see those big news headlines and we see everyone going crazy about the price of Bitcoin, it is going to be marking the top, or at least around where the top's probably going to come in, or at least where distribution's going to start. I know a lot of stuff will still run if it's anything like 2021 at the topping area for Bitcoin, but we definitely are nearing the ending portion of the cycle that we don't really know how long is going to last, right? We got to stay cautious in the market, but I'm not getting cautious with this pullback. I'm not really scared that Bitcoin's pulling back. I don't think the top's in at 99. I wouldn't guess that, even though we did see, retail jumping back in and stuff, and these highs aren't terrible, right? We did have a tailing wick that kind of cleaned out some of this poor stuff in there. It's not very convincing. I would want to see a more convincing high on the charts. I know there's a lot of shorts in the market. There's a lot of shorts piling on right now in the market. And that's something we'll talk about mainly today, is the order flow going on. Let's see if we can chart this though. We had a bit of a trend here, right? This is our uptrend. We broke down from it a tiny bit, right? But usually when you break these patterns, it's a deviation play. So you deviate below trend, get back above, trap all those shorts, and then go ahead and hunt those highs. So I think that's very possible. Something else that's very possible that we've been talking about is a sweep of all of this range, right? Take out everyone that has been buying up here. So a sweep of $85,000 where there was a very large buy wall in the order books. That is a possibility, but I'm actually leaning more on the side of this not really playing out, mainly actually because of what the wall is doing at this level. Not that people in the order books know everything and are correct 100% of the time, but I'm going to go ahead and trust someone that's bidding hundreds of millions of dollars and assume that they know what they're doing. Even if it is a spoof wall, it's probably going to force price up. So we'll talk about that. There's some interesting stuff in the order flow that I want to jump into. Just wanted to start out with TradingView like I normally do. We look at the RSI here. Something interesting on the daily time frame that I kind of forgot to mention is we had this big daily bearish divergence. So that was kind of your signal. Hey, we're going to get a pullback. Very clean bear div, right? The higher highs on price, lower highs on the RSI. But now with this pullback, we have seen RSI drop. And what we notice is that there's a lower low on the RSI now, but there's a higher low on price. So what this is signaling is that there's a lot of selling pressure, and that selling pressure is getting absorbed by price. And we can also see this in the order flow. So let's go ahead and talk about that. As we went ahead and plummeted down here, we see open interest start to skyrocket, CVD start to dump. So what is this? Well, this is people opening positions, and they're opening those positions short. So there's a lot of shorts opening in the market, mainly within this candle here on Binance as well as Bybit. We see over here on Bybit, once again, open interest, skyrocketing, CVD plummeting. Tons and tons of shorts are being opened within this range right here. So you'd assume at some point open interest is going to reset this, and we are going to squeeze them out before maybe bearishly continuing down, or what I think is most probable is continuing up to make an all-time high. Does that mean the bottom's in right now? Not necessarily. We don't really have anything here that tells us verifiably this is good support. You have some previous highs on the chart, but these lows are pretty poor at this point. The one thing we do have that's definitely notable is these buy orders. So we talked about the 85K. This is the level I would say is most likely. Just on a liquidity basis, once you start hunting all of these lows, you're going to start taking liquidity, and it would hunt pretty quickly all the way down till you get a full sweep, and then that's where the bottom would come in, and you can go ahead and do a full rotation back up to the highs. But what we see is that this big whale that was placing in orders here has gone ahead and moved his order. You can see they disappear from the order books over on Binance and make the screen bigger, and they pop up over here at $90,000, and he has added another 500 Bitcoin to that wall. So there is now 2,500, well, more than 2,500 Bitcoin placed into long orders at right at $90,000. So the fact that Capital is placing bets on this makes me curious of the level, and we want to identify what he could be looking for. So what I might do is take a fib from this low we were just talking about, right? So you take a fib from the sweep level up to the high, and you can see this order is right within that golden pocket, right? So this makes sense to me, right? We jump over to TradingView just on like a mathematical basis, right? What's most probable for a bullish correction here? Well, let's go ahead, pull, swing low, swing high, and pull back to the golden pocket. So while orders in the order books don't mean everything, and that could easily just get removed and we could plummet all the way down and sweep this and do anything on the chart because all possibilities are on the table. I know I'm kind of the only guy that actually covers the Trading Light order books on YouTube, so I definitely want to point it out when I do see interesting stuff like that, and it'll be something to keep our eye on as we do hunt down here lower, or if we hunt down here lower, right? Outside of that though, real quickly, I want to touch on Total 3 did reject this volume. So we had talked about we wanted to hold this. We did get below it. We did reject. So that is a bearish sign. There is the chance that we do have a larger correction, or even this is the top for the altcoin market. Not in my opinion, but definitely possible. So we'll keep our eye on that. But I mean, we look at the Russell. The Russell made a new all-time high today. It did wick through it. It did fail immediately. But, you know, the fact that we were able to breach that puts in a new higher high on the chart, on the macro, and I think there's still a lot of exciting times here for the altcoin market, and this is probably the shakeout before the breakout for a lot of your more risk on assets. We'll see the rotation into mid caps and small caps coming soon, in my opinion. But if you do have any questions about anything I talked about, or just want to join the community for this channel, link to my Discord is in the description down below. Also got a bunch of exchange links down there, so feel free to go ahead, sign up for those exchanges, use some of my referral links, and get yourself some nice bonuses and rewards. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.